For years, the 22 LR has carried a mixed reputation in the concealed carry world. It's affordable, easy to shoot, and widely available, but it's also rimfire, which means reliability has always been the main concern. Light primer strikes, inconsistent ignition, and sensitivity to ammo quality are real issues that can't be ignored. What's changed? Heading into 2026 is not the cartridge itself, but how platforms are being built around it. Modern rimfire pistols and revolvers are using better materials, improved slide geometry, stronger ignition systems, and magazine designs that reduce common failure points like rim lock. At the same time, ammunition like Federal Punch and other defensive loads are being engineered specifically for penetration and consistency, not expansion. Concealed carry is ultimately about practical use, not theory. Size, weight, controllability, trigger behavior, and how a gun performs after hundreds or thousands of rounds matter far more than marketing claims. Some designs handle rimfire's limitations better than others, and those differences become obvious over time. This breakdown looks at 22 LR handguns that have proven themselves through real-world carry, long-term use, and consistent performance, then ranks them based on how well they actually fit the concealed carry role in 2026. Deep concealment sometimes forces hard compromises, and this is where the Black Widow earns its place. Unlike ultra-light semi-autos that rely on slide velocity and ammo pressure, this mini revolver operates on pure mechanical simplicity. 5 rounds of 22 LR sit in a stainless steel cylinder, with no magazine lips, no feed ramps, and no cycling requirements to worry about. The Black Widow uses a heavier 2-inch barrel compared to other Endo-A minis, which helps stabilize velocity and improve shootability. Oversized rubber grips allow a 2-finger purchase, making recoil control far more manageable than expected for its size. Fixed sights, while basic, are usable at close defensive distances, which already puts it ahead of many pocket-sized alternatives. This design is not meant for extended range sessions or rapid reloads. The single-action trigger requires deliberate cocking, and reload speed is slow by any modern standard. However, in situations where absolute concealment matters, gym shorts, jacket pockets, backup carry, the Black Widow delivers consistent ignition and zero risk of cycling failures. As a last resort defensive tool that is always present, it fills a very specific and legitimate role. The Beretta 21, a Bobcat approaches rimfire carry from a completely different angle. Accessibility. Its defining feature is the tip-up barrel, allowing a round to be chambered directly without racking the slide. For shooters with limited hand strength, arthritis, or injuries, this is not a convenience. It's a functional advantage. The Bobcat operates with a double-action single-action trigger and an external hammer. Importantly, the tilt barrel design does not use an extractor claw. Clearing a chamber requires deliberate manual procedures, which means proper training is essential for safe defensive use. This is not a flaw, but it is a characteristic that must be understood. Built on an aluminum alloy frame with a steel slide, the Bobcat balances durability with compact dimensions. Capacity is modest at 7+1, but reliability improves significantly when paired with high-velocity ammunition that generates sufficient blowback energy. The sights are minimal and favor close-range engagement, reinforcing the Bobcat's intended role as a short-distance defensive pistol. When used within its design limits and with proper training, it remains one of the most practical solutions for shooters who struggle with conventional slide-operated handguns. The Ruger SR22 represents a transitional platform, part training pistol, part concealed carry option. Its aluminum slide is intentionally lightweight, allowing reliable cycling even with standard velocity 22 LR ammunition. This design choice addresses one of rimfire's biggest challenges: inconsistent pressure. Operating on a double-action single-action system with an external hammer, the SR22 allows a second trigger pull on a failed round. That capability alone separates it from many striker-fired rimfire pistols. Combined with a manual safety and decocker, it offers multiple layers of control for cautious carriers. Capacity sits at 10+1, and the grip frame accommodates interchangeable sleeves, helping adapt the pistol to different hand sizes. At just over 17 ounces unloaded, the SR22 remains light enough for daily carry while maintaining shootability that ultra-compact pistols often sacrifice. Where the SR22 excels is consistency over time. It tolerates high round counts, varied ammunition types, and imperfect maintenance better than many competitors. While it is not the smallest or lightest option available, it delivers predictable behavior, manageable recoil, and forgiving ergonomics, qualities that matter more than minimal dimensions in long-term concealed carry use. Ergonomics is where the Walther P22Q quietly separates itself from many rimfire carry options. The grip geometry is slim, well-contoured, and naturally points on target, which matters far more with low recoil calibers where shot placement does the real work. The texture provides control without being abrasive, making it comfortable for extended range sessions and daily carry alike. Mechanically, the P22Q uses a double-action single-action system with an external hammer. The heavier first pull adds a margin of safety during the draw, while the lighter single-action follow-ups allow fast, accurate strings. A lightweight slide and fixed barrel interface help maintain consistent cycling when quality ammunition is used. Capacity is 10+1, and while that isn't class-leading, it remains adequate given the pistol's controllability. The threaded barrel variant improves reliability by allowing better pressure management, especially with defensive loads designed for penetration rather than expansion. This pistol rewards shooters who value grip comfort, predictable trigger behavior, and smooth recoil impulse. It may not dominate spec sheets, but in practical handling and shootability, the P22Q earns its place as a reliable, well-balanced rimfire carry option for 2026. The Glock 44 fills a unique role by mirroring the dimensions and handling of the Glock 19 while chambered in .22 LR. This isn't accidental. The hybrid polymer steel slide was engineered to keep reciprocating mass low enough for reliable rimfire cycling without sacrificing durability. From a concealed carry perspective, familiarity is the Glock 44's strongest asset. Grip angle, controls, and holster compatibility remain identical to centerfire Glock platforms. That consistency reduces training friction and reinforces muscle memory, especially for shooters already carrying Glock pistols. The magazine holds 10 rounds, and reliability improves noticeably when the pistol is kept reasonably clean. Rimfire residue builds quickly. The fixed sights and consistent trigger pull make the Glock 44 surprisingly accurate at defensive distances, with groups that rival many larger rimfire pistols. This is not the lightest or smallest .22 LR carry gun, nor is it the most refined. Its value lies in predictable behavior and ecosystem compatibility. For shooters prioritizing training continuity and familiar handling over raw concealment advantages, the Glock 44 remains a practical and logical rimfire option. Reliability engineering is what defines the P22 Compact. Rather than adapting a centerfire design, this pistol was built specifically to address rimfire's ignition inconsistencies. The internal hammer-fired system delivers more consistent primer strikes than many striker-fired rimfire pistols, reducing one of the cartridge's most common failure points. An aluminum alloy slide keeps reciprocating mass low, while maintaining structural strength over high round counts. The oversized extractor claw improves case removal when firing dirty or bulk ammunition, a realistic condition for most rimfire users. Capacity is 10+1. Balanced by a grip size that allows full control without unnecessary bulk. The trigger breaks at approximately 5 pounds, with a clean reset that closely resembles larger M&P pistols. Ambidextrous controls and a reversible magazine release make it accessible for left and right-handed shooters alike. This pistol stands out for long-term consistency rather than novelty. It tolerates varied ammunition, extended range use, and less than perfect maintenance better than many competitors. As a concealed carry rimfire that prioritizes function over flash, the P22 Compact earns its position near the top of the list. The TX22 Compact represents a real turning point, not just for Taurus, but for rimfire pistols as a whole. Earlier rimfire designs often struggled with magazine-related failures, especially rim lock. The TX22 Compact addresses this directly through a staggered magazine design that keeps rim alignment consistent under recoil and during feeding. This compact variant carries 13+1 rounds, giving it one of the highest capacities in its size class. The aluminum slide reduces mass, allowing reliable cycling even with defensive .22 LR loads that prioritize penetration over expansion. Front and rear slide serrations improve manipulation without requiring excessive grip strength. What truly sets the TX22 Compact apart is its optics-ready configuration. The ability to mount a micro red dot significantly improves target acquisition, especially for shooters dealing with reduced eyesight. Combined with minimal recoil, this creates a system that supports fast, accurate follow-up shots under stress. This pistol is not built around nostalgia or brand loyalty. It's built around function, with strong reliability across varied ammunition and features normally reserved for larger centerfire pistols. The TX22 Compact earns its place as one of the most practical rimfire carry options available in 2026. Few rimfire pistols have generated as much discussion as the Kel-Tec P17, and that attention is earned. Designed with extreme weight reduction in mind, the P17 uses a polymer slide and frame to achieve a carry weight that feels almost negligible, even when fully loaded. Capacity ranges from 16 to 17 rounds, depending on magazine configuration, placing it well above most competitors. The appeal is obvious: high capacity, low recoil, and a price point that makes defensive rimfire accessible. Reliability improves significantly when paired with quality ammunition and properly maintained magazines, which is critical given rimfire's sensitivity to feeding geometry. The trigger feel is utilitarian rather than refined, and ergonomics may not suit every hand. Those compromises are intentional, trading comfort and finish for weight savings and simplicity. Accuracy remains more than adequate at defensive distances, aided by a long sight radius relative to its size. This is not a luxury pistol, nor is it built to impress. It is built to be carried easily and shot often. For many shooters, that balance alone makes the P17 impossible to ignore. Revolvers occupy a different reliability category, and the Ruger LCR exemplifies that distinction. Chambered in .22 LR with an 8-round cylinder, the LCR removes many of the variables that complicate rimfire semi-automatics. There are no magazines to fail and no slide velocity requirements to manage. The LCR's construction combines an aluminum upper frame, polymer fire control housing, and a stainless steel cylinder. This modular design allows Ruger to tune the internal geometry, resulting in one of the smoothest double-action triggers available on a rimfire revolver. That trigger consistency is critical when dealing with rimfire's occasional ignition inconsistencies. Misfires are resolved by simply pulling the trigger again. Despite its revolver profile, the LCR remains lightweight at under 15 ounces unloaded. The 1.87-inch barrel and Hogue-to-Mare grip provide enough control to keep all 8 rounds on target at typical defensive distances. The LCR is not the fastest option, nor the flattest. What it offers is mechanical certainty. When simplicity and consistent ignition matter more than capacity or reload speed, the LCR stands near the top of the rimfire carry hierarchy. At the top of the list sits a gun that prioritizes reality over theory. The Smith Wesson 43C is an 8-shot J-frame revolver built around one simple idea: the gun that gets carried every day is more valuable than the one left behind. Weighing approximately 11.5 ounces unloaded, the 43C virtually disappears in a pocket or appendix holster. The internal hammer design delivers consistent rimfire ignition, avoiding one of the most common weak points of striker-fired .22 LR pistols. When a dud round appears, as rimfire occasionally does, the solution is immediate and instinctive. Pull the trigger again. No slide manipulation, no clearance drills, no loss of time. A fixed barrel with a steel liner inside an aluminum shroud provides excellent mechanical consistency at realistic defensive distances. Accuracy remains predictable from 7 to 10 yards, exactly where a concealed carry firearm is most likely to be used. Reload speed is not this revolver's strength, and it doesn't need to be. The focus here is reliability under pressure, minimal weight, and absolute simplicity. The 43C isn't flashy, and it doesn't chase trends. It earns the top spot because it removes variables. And in defensive carry, fewer variables mean better outcomes. Choosing a .22 LR for concealed carry is a deliberate decision, not a shortcut. It's about understanding personal limits, training realities, and what can actually be carried every single day without compromise. The guns on this list earned their place because they've shown consistency where it matters, not because they look good on paper. No platform is perfect, and that's fine. The goal isn't perfection. It's confidence built through familiarity, repetition, and realistic expectations. If a firearm encourages regular practice and stays reliable over time, it's doing its job. If a trusted .22 LR carry gun didn't make this list, drop it in the comments and explain why. It helps everyone make smarter choices. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe for more practical firearm breakdowns, and stay safe out there. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next one.